Donald J. Trump averting a bigger Armageddon, the end of the world, by pivoting away from the war on Russia through Ukraine, has announced on his social media site that indeed what Seymour Hersh, the great reporter who exposed U.S. atrocities in Vietnam, well, Seymour Hersh was right. He said that he'd already heard that the Trump administration was going to go to war with Iran. The United States is now at war with Iran. It had to use B-2 bombers from other bases because Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates said very clearly they were opposed to the Israeli attacks on Iran. They condemned the Israeli attacks on Iran, and they expressed their solidarity with the people of Iran. The United States is arguably alone in this region with its proxy, Israel. Now it's a matter of whether the bluff has been called for Iran. Iran, which continually wanted to negotiate. Its foreign minister, as late as a few hours before these strikes on nuclear facilities, with no care of radioactivity, with no reference to the IAEA, that Iran says was anyway compromised by the Mossad Israeli agency. What is Israel going to do? What is Iran going to do? Iran said it will attack U.S. assets in the region, but of course those assets in the region were not used for the attacks on Iran. Nevertheless, it puts Iran in a terrible position because months after months of saying they would react after putting a flag in the holy city of Qom in Iran of revenge, they didn't react. And those groups allied to Iran, like Hezbollah, were all but wiped out in Lebanon. So, of course, the world now waits on tenterhooks. China, which has been sending in cargo planes to Iran, they'll know that China comes next. Now that the United States, after successive presidents, all completely moving in lockstep to do all the countries that were predicted after 9/11, Iran is the last of those countries. China is next. Iran has to weigh up what consequences will now be in store for the United States. But obviously, this is a terrible escalation, long predicted, long forecast, and obviously the vassal states of Western Europe, they'll also now be involved. Britain already expressing their support for the United States, and other vassal states in Western Europe similarly. What Iran does now, I suppose at least it can laugh at the idea of regime change in the form of the hated Shah being brought back, who oversaw torture camps in Iran before its revolution. But a terrible step, and Donald J. Trump saying a full payload of bombs was dropped on the primary site. Congratulations to our American warriors. The MAGA movement will not be impressed. It seems it was all about making Israel great, or at least Netanyahu great, before his ultimate demise.